And what is up, everyone? This will be my Khazix jungle video, and Khazix jungle, I've had a lot of fun playing him. I think he's really strong. He's probably one of the best assassin junglers to play. And I'm going to be playing him in Masters rank against a Pantheon jungle. So for runes, I really like this page, Dark Harvest setup. I like to go with free boots. You can also go the precision tree with Triumph and Coup de Grace. You can also swap out Dark Harvest for Electrocute if you prefer that. For pathing wise, you just really want to play for that full clear. Khazix, unfortunately, his weakness is his clear speed. So you're going to have a really slow clear speed. So you want to be sure to make sure your farm is all about your farm and you're just playing heavily towards your farm. This game we're playing against a Twitch mid, so it's a bit cheesy. So you gotta watch out for that. I'm actually going to mute my chat. And you gotta be really careful for, just over ganking when you just have to play for your sort of item spike. So early game, what's your early item spike? You want to play for your Dirk buy, right? So here, Q Smite should get the job done. I want to make sure I don't accidentally miss out on my Q damage. Wow, LeBlanc gets solo killed by the Twitch mid. Yeah, so your Q is an isolated one single target burst damage. You want to make sure the circle thing you see around them, just make sure you prioritize the isolated target. Pretty much all your damage revolves around the isolation, right? That's why it's really hard when the enemy team is a really heavy group comp, and it's also hard when you play against Yumi because isolation is really, really important when you want to play him. So you're gonna start Q level 1, you're gonna start W with your full clear. You're honestly not the slowest clearing jungler. You can be quite fast, but you just have to play very, I recommend just playing really conservative early game. And here you're going to go E and you're going to jump and W right as you land on the Raptor camp. So here, E, W really fast, and you can kind of disguise the cast time of W. So the cool thing about Khazix jump is you can actually sort of animation cancel your Q and slightly your W as well. So that's really important for how we're going to play. So we're always going to use our E and Q together. And as you land, if you're spamming Q on them, it's going to actually cancel the Q animation, which is really important. Because any extra time you have on Khazix to get whatever abilities going, it's really, really, really important. So here, I like to save my smite for the Krug camp because the AoE camps are always going to be harder for Khazix to do. You can smite Krugs here, or if you want to try to save it for Crab, realistically, I'm going to be a bit slower, and I want to make sure I can get ball in here as soon as possible. And I think Pantheon will be slightly faster than me, or just, on par with my clear speed. So here we're going to be here, and I'm just looking for a fight because I'm level 4. If we can get a fight here, it's really good. If not, then that's also fine. Because if this is like the conservative, wave management position, we can always look for something here. So Nami is going to be an easy kill. So all you want to do is just make sure you kind of jump on him whenever you can. Very simple, very straightforward. And I can predict already that, Pantheon most likely already got the crab. So there isn't really much to go by. I'm just going to danger ping the bot crab, and I'm going to base and go for the Dirk buy. Pantheon's probably baiting around this brush, but I'm not really looking to fight again. I'm mostly just going to wait it out and get my Dirk and then go top side. As you can see, he's going up there. And whether he gets top crab or not, it's fine, realistically, because his base is going to be short. So if his base timer is going to be delayed, I can also just try to steal his Krug camp up here. What I'm going to do is just kind of ping. I'm on my way top side. And when you have a Dirk buy, for example, right now, you are very strong. I recommend you just play, very aggressive in these situations. So here I want to check the crab. He just finished it. So I actually do want to play a little aggressive here. And the reason why is because his Krugs are respawned. So what I'm going to do is just ward and see if he's here. I'm going to jump on him right away because I have that sort of item advantage we talked about. Whether he wants to chase me for a while is fine. But I'm not going to let him just walk away here. So we can actually just chunk him. And I mean, the Dirk buy is just really strong. That's what we were sort of playing for. Now I can just kind of take this jungle. I am worried about Twitch roaming here, so I have to be ready to kind of jump over the wall if he sort of appears in a second. But so far, it's looking pretty good. And I could base again here, but realistically, there isn't really much to base for. I already got that money. I got that buy. And that's an example of how to punish someone who tries to double crab. I think double crab is not the best because your base resets there. If you're strong on your first buy, if you're able to base the way I showed you, you're going to have a really good timer where you're able to kind of, go to the side that he's trying to double crab you on. And then you're able to just kind of fight him right there. And whether, he could have just left in base, but I would have got his Krugs, right? So Krug's second respawn worth much more than the crab, right? Just how it is because of the respawn and the value in that camp. Plus his whole cycle is going to be delayed, so I'm always going to be in a happy position. So that's sort of how you play around, you know. I went for the early gank, which is really good for us. You should go for those ganks like that because I was going to be... My bot lane was losing priority, right? Ooh, a thief was here. So here we want to just check camp cycle. So here I'm going to just hit this way and see if he's here. And then I'm just going to go for my jungle camps here. If I can just fight off this sort of window, then I'll be in a really good spot that I can fight off. So losing Raptors, honestly, not the biggest problem for me. Krugs are worth a lot more than, you know, the Raptor camp. So what I'm going to be going for is the level 6 off of this, if I can get it. If I have to leech 1 experience. And then we're able to kind of fight really well off this. So Q evolution is your go-to. You can actually R evolution a lot too. I actually really like R evolution. Recently, I've been going it sometimes level 11 too, because I think W evolution can be relatively weak. So we know this guy has no flash. Have to kite back a bit here. Pantheon's no flash. What I'm gonna do is just ping to let my team know that this guy is down a flash and I am up in level. Nami has flash, but honestly, with Jinx flashing over, it might actually be a kill there. So overall, really good. Play around your teammates, play around who's strong. But you can see, like, they were almost able to turn on me there. So you have to be a little respectful about these sort of champions who have a lot of damage. Here, also make sure you Q a little later. You don't miss out on that. So early game, the Dirk buy, and we got so much value off the Dirk buy. Jungle camps all farmed. Good early game. Now, next buy, if you're really lucky like this game, you're going to have this beautiful buy. And what's this buy? The Ghostblade buy, right? This is where you're really broken on Khazix. And you're going to be really strong, right? The build is straightforward. Ghostblade into Opportunity, Grudge, Edge of Night. This sort of build I find to be really strong. Serpent's Fang sometimes as well. And you're really good into killing squishies, right? You can try to itemize to kill like bruisers and tanks. But, I mean, the way I see it is like you pick Khazix because he's really good into these squishy comps. Like the enemy team is relatively squishy. You're just going to excel at that. You want to prioritize exactly what you excel at, which is the squishy champ. So here I have a really strong buy. What do I want to do? I want to look for, you know, aggressive stuff we can do, right? So I'm going to do the grubs. We're going to do the grubs. We have priority mid. We have our bot lane here. I don't know what Nami's doing. She's trying to roam top. Bot lane's like a lost cause. That's fine. But here you just want to jump on her right away. And one more Q is a done deal right there. So second Q rotation kills. That's the evolution value right there. I still have my Ghostblade. But I'm not actually going to fight there. I mean, mid lane, I really don't want to run across the map. I think where I feel like I always lose a lot of games on Khazix is literally just exactly where I'm just overfighting on like the most random objective timer. And it really can hurt your game. So you have to kind of respect that. I haven't even started farming yet. It's objective timer, void grub timer, which is really important, right? But you have to kind of go back to farm and get that farm cycle, right? This is really important. Exactly what we need to play for. It's really very important for you to make sure you play around that. And with the Ghostblade buy, you're really quick around the map, so you're not going to have a problem on when you're able to fight. You're going to fight. And a lot of times your ultimate, you really do need your ultimate to make like any play, right? So if your ultimate's down anyways, there's nothing you really can do. So just remember that stuff. Here, last time I jumped over, the Raptors are gone, so I'm probably just going to not jump over yet. I'm just going to walk in and kind of see what's going on here a bit. Your E does a decent amount of AoE damage, so the E is going to help you a lot with that. You can see here we have a lot of priority, so how do you want to utilize your priority? Well, you can either like cheese and invade a lot. Look for, you know, Pantheon shutdown, or just start the objective. Pantheon finished full clearing. I could have maybe invaded him on that timer, but honestly I just want to get the dragon because it's very quick and easy for me to do it with Rel nearby. I guess Twitch could appear, but realistically he's not going to do that much. I'm honestly not going to go in yet. I'm just going to keep kiting and also keep the dragon going, right? The reason why I went in there is because you can't actually let, you know, for example, I can't let Pantheon get close to me, right? I can't let you get close, you know? That's real because Pantheon Q will steal the dragon. So I'm just happy to push him off and then go back to dragon. You can see there I'm not actually losing the aggro of dragon, right? You can just go on them, go back to dragon after you chunk them, and then it's just like you have the objective for free, right? You don't want to lose that objective. Really don't let the Pantheon walk in for free there, and you're pretty much good to go. Here I'm gonna do the red buff. And I'm just looking to farm, right? I have a lot of money again. And I don't have ultimate, right? I have flash, but without my ultimate, I'm really not that strong. Khazix, you have to be a really greedy player. And you just have to be a really, like... You know, just, yeah, really greedy player. Here, I have an angle where I can maybe look for, like, a random Twitch or something. Or a random Pantheon. But again, it's quite scary to just go in with the jump without ultimate because they have a lot of point and click stuns. So that's something I'm just not really looking to do. Unless I feel like, you know, it's just much better. So here, ability haste boosts are usually your go-to. Another beautiful Dirk, that's exactly what you want. This is like your standard build. Ability haste boots by upgrade is actually quite good on him because the move speed is really important on Khazix because you just kind of have to stick on people. If you're not able to stick on people, it's going to be a little bit of a rough time. And here I'm just going to go back and pretty much activate farm mode once again. Once you're farming, you're just pretty much hard chilling. Do a nice little full clear. Your clear does speed up a good amount. The problem with Khazix is it's really easy to want to leave camps because there's just so many like aggression on the map in situations where you probably want to do some quick fight and it's going to really ruin your clear. So here my mid lane or bot lane mid is actually in a dangerous spot, so you just have to be a little careful. Here they actually have vision on me too. What I'm looking for is an isolated target, like even a Twitch here. Someone cheesy, so like a Pantheon here. Oh, the Senna got me. Yeah, it's hard to kill there in that situation. I do need the LeBlanc to come roam. She's going for tower. That's fine, I suppose. But yeah, it's a bit tricky to get that damage off. I was hoping I could maybe get it off in time and flash out. But the center route was really annoying there. It would have been nice to have the LeBlanc there. That was a good angle. But you're always going to have your opportunities on whether it's like the side lane. I think for Khazix specifically, where it's going to be the hardest for you to get kills is actually here. This area, because there's more targets, more people, less chance of isolation is where you're going to find yourself like struggling a lot to kill people. So just remember that. More targets, more chances to lose isolation, right? Got that Dark Harvest, which is nice. If he goes in more, I'm gonna go, but realistically, I'm waiting for my leap so I can just one-shot this Nami quick. Uh-oh. I will have ulti, so I can actually go on him in a second here. I have to watch out for Twitch stealthing on me. I'm actually healing surprisingly a lot, so there might be a window where I'm just full health again. You see how much damage I'm actually able to do. I should be able to kill this Senna too. I'm just going to invis so she walks further away from the minions there. And then that like gives me a higher window of, you know, isolation. Here I'm just going to check this area to see if Pantheon is on the wolf camp. If not, I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to just do the blue buff right after. They can't actually see your ulti unless they have vision of you. Your ulti does have this like little animation, but usually it's only there when they have vision. So because I'm in the brush, I don't think they actually get any information on that from what I remember. Here, we're going to jump in. Remember, we want to get behind Pantheon, right? Oh, Pantheon's so tanky. Oh, bye-bye. Snar's kind of strong, though. I'm probably going to do R evolution. I mean, I've been doing W evolution, but I really don't like it that much. I just like R evolution a lot. I find R to be really nice to have. Just because, I mean, it just gives you more opportunities to like run in and out, play a little bit more of an in and out style. The W evolution, it's nice. I just wish it was a bit better, but I don't feel like you get that much value anymore. There are some situations when enemy team can just reveal you in your invis. I find that to be really annoying. That's probably when your R evolution is like really bad. It's against like Lee Sin's and Italy, where they're just gonna pretty much reveal you, right? So that's where I probably go W. But yeah, I generally haven't been liking W evolution as much as I used to. So here we want to go your opportunity. This is like your 2-item spike. Pretty much almost every game you want to go for this. You can also go in Edge of Night here. If the enemy team starts stacking armor, then you want, like, if you're not doing really well, what I find is that like the grudge is really late. And if the enemy team starts stacking armor and you're not having your armor pen right away, you're gonna have a bad time, right? So you want to make sure you're aware of when you need. Sometimes I even skip Edge of Night and go straight into more like my armor pen, right? And the reason why is because, well, I'm literally, whether I'm surviving a bit longer, it doesn't actually matter if I'm doing no damage to certain people, right? So that's important against certain tanks. You're gonna go Last Whisper a bit earlier. Here, crab spawning, I got dragon, I have my R evolution. This is where I probably am the strongest I am in the game right now. So I can just go down mid and like look for opportunities. So make sure there's no wards here. So here I'm gonna just R on and just kind of walk up. And go on Twitch first. Now you kind of want to kite a bit here. I'm going to go on this Pantheon. And that's just a really good window for us to get a triple here. Very high damage. Very, very good damage. Indeed. And nothing too crazy, right? Like, I'm not overextending like super crazy. I'm like playing relatively like, you know, stable, I would say. And that's just kind of like how you want to play, right? You want to play really conservative, play around your item spikes along Khazix, because, you know, they're just hard. It's just really hard to have enough damage nowadays because damage has just been really nerfed to the ground. You just have to make the best you can with what damage you can. Like, look for easy opportunities when you can get onto like these easy targets. Like this Nara, surprisingly, you know, like will be an easy target for us to go on. I doubt he'll walk this way. But I do have my R coming up in 5 seconds, so I'll probably look for another window here. So here, what do you want to go on? Whatever squishy targets you can go on. R as much as possible. And then once you can kind of go on the tankier person. Actually have to flash here. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. See, you're going to struggle a lot with champs like Pantheon, point and click stuns. And just relatively tankier people like that, it's going to be rough. And yes, you can upgrade your boots whenever you want to. Personally, in this game, I don't think I need to. You just need to upgrade your boots because you need ability haste on this champion. You need CDR boots. Some games, yeah, you can go Merchrez, but honestly, ability haste is just really important. And if you can win the Feast of Strength, the upgrade gives you a lot of ability haste. The only real ability haste you're going to get is from that and also Grudge. You can go Maul like last item if the enemy team is AP heavy. This game, obviously, they're pretty much all AD. So you can go into like a GA last item. And that pretty much is your build. Now I have to get my Grudge. Also need to upgrade my boots. And that's all you're really doing. Your build is pretty much stationary. Like the only thing that's really flexible is actually your last item, which is going to be either a Guardian Angel or a Maw for MR, right? So I think Pantheon's going for crabs. I actually want to kill him here. So here I want to ulti. Damn, actually should not have gone in like that. There could be a chance for Trinimir to kill there. The Pantheon, he just kind of glues on you, right? So you have to watch out for that. Like, I can kill like 1v2, 1v3 is hard. 1v3 is hard because Pantheon lives for a long time with his E. So he's one of those champs that are a bit more tricky. Also, my LeBlanc has never really shown like any sort of life in this game. I should not have jumped in on Pantheon though. If I want to go on him, the most important thing is to just, you know, I need to save that jump ability. We also just should group up too. He has no mana right now, so I'm quite fast, so we'll see which way the Snarl goes. What I know is Pantheon is up here, but also know Nami will be in this area. So I'm gonna use Fog of War a bit to then sneak up on possibly Nami. I'm gonna back up here. I think I might look to ult it. I'm gonna fruit up and then heal up and then look to go back in. You can always just jungle to heal up whenever you want help. And just like that, eventually God will give you a beautiful, beautiful child for you to kill. So here, if she autos you, you just go on her. Your damage is insane, right? But I'm also a squishy, delicate bug. So you want to make sure you play around both those instances. Your ultimate is really important, right? It's pretty much your survivability is in this ultimate. That's why I really do like the evolution of it. Nor, unless he's mega, I don't think he's gonna do much in there. Oh no, this bro, what is that wall, man? This little wall stuns me with Gnar, bro. That's something. All right, I gotta watch out for that. That's a wall right there for sure. I honestly didn't even think about this one for Gnar to stun me. I felt it was an open area, but also I should just leave. We got the Otacon. And yeah, I am doing a lot of the work on this game, but I also feel really confident. And a big spike for me will be my level 16 evolution, whether I want to go for like a W or an E. You can either go both. E is just going to give you that reset potential, a lot of jumps, a lot of damage. W will give you more utility, which it can be good too, because, you know, it can give you a lot of value. Sometimes I feel like I don't need the E because I can just kind of play with my W, and I'm pretty much just on top of you right away. I want to make sure I get all my jungle camps, get a full cycle of farming here so I can just be really strong on like a 16 power spike. And that's where we're going to really kind of shine this game. So I just want to play a little slow, get some jungle camps. If I see an opportunity for a kill, I can go for it. But I can just also play a little cautious because I am the only one who's really strong, right? So I have to be a little careful. But I'm not like worried about losing this game. I'm going to be really a big problem. I'm just worried that, you know, like I could easily overly aggressively throw is like where my concern lies. And like, you know, they still have some scaling champions like a Twitch and stuff like that. Oh man, I actually can't believe I didn't kill him on that Q rotation. That should have been a penta, or at least a quadra. Very low. You have to be careful. That's why the extra ulti charges have been really good for me. In this game, I'll probably end up going like GA here. I'm just taking a lot of physical damage. If my W was up a bit sooner, if I didn't get hit by that Senna W, I would have been able to kill. He is tanky. He's starting to get more and more, you know, survivability items. But the W evolution or the E evolution, very, very good for me. And the Otacon buff is actually very good. You can see the AoE of the effect when I'm able to get one kill. The AoE slow is just really good. But yeah, my team is, besides my support, my team is trolling a bit. So we just have to play around Baron here. So what I want to do is get my red buff, and then we're just going to play around Baron. So what I like to do is just be very straightforward, ping the objective. I do want to get 16 before I do it though, because I just think it's going to be really good for me. If LeBlanc kills Pantheon, we can do it right away. I'm not really in a rush for it. Still have to find this Twitch, right? I think this Twitch is a little bit annoying. And this red buff will give me 16, so I'll look to like get some stuff down, or this ward will give me 16 here. Okay, now I got it. I just wanted to get it, so I'm gonna back up here. Again, E evolution, W evolution, both have great view value. I'm just gonna go E for the montage. okay. Maybe not the best fight. I was expecting to kill Pantheon a lot sooner. That was just unfortunate. But we do win the fight, so that's good in one regard. I should have probably jumped in sooner. I don't like jumping straight onto people because I find it annoying to jump straight onto people. Because we're not annoying. I find it risky because they can just like interrupt you, hit you with skill shots. Sometimes even you just get hit by random AoE. But I think that like the W evolution would have been really good. But I still think we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, it reveals, honestly, the W evolution, it's just about the vision, right? It gives you that slow, but also gives you vision of the targets, and the true sight's just really good. Really important to have. But I'm 16 now, so I'm really strong. So I just want to get this Baron and go. Because I do it really quickly. And I do want to pick them here. He's on red buff, but I want more than just Pantheon, you know. I want whoever goes for this wave top. What we'll do is just hide a bit. Wait for a good chance on someone. Unfortunately, my man has great eyes. It's actually very low. I think Twitch is nearby. No, Twitch is actually top side. The flash because of the blast plan. I should have been a bit cautious about that one. They were losing their base though, so that's good. But I also want to be pressuring Baron here. And that pick, I mean, I guess they just have an idea about that rotation. We need a tank for Baron, but we should be able to do it. And it should be an easy Baron now. Pantheon does have ulti, so he might just ulti in too. I think he might be on like the area right here. Doesn't look like he's ulting yet. Just looking for the rat is what I'm looking for. You have to be really careful about how you jump in, right? Jumping in is where you're going to find a lot of danger. Jumping in carelessly is just going to lose you the game. You just have to really have a window to jump in where you see the target and you see them getting like CC'd, or you see some like weakness in them. They're isolated away from tower, away from team. Also, the GA is going to help me a lot in this game once I have enough. My ulti is like pretty much back up, so we just keep doing this rotation. You want to be looking for, you know, targets in their jungle, right? Like I want to be controlling like topside jungle, having like good vision and being able to kind of like look for picks around that. I don't necessarily want a base though. I mean, I could base, but I don't really want to. The vision game is really important for Khazix. Not so much you dropping the wards, but just you sort of having control of where the wards are going to be. Enemy team is just playing like AFK, so there's not much we can do here. I have GA, but I also don't really want to base unless I need to. I also can jump off onto targets here if I see an opening. Usually like a Twitch going on like Jinx here. Or like a weird Senna. I think Twitch would be around here if he wants to look for a pick. So see, it's really hard to go in unless you have like that window. But that should be game, so overall good game. I should be able to catch him here. Here's a double jump. But a bit of a late one. So that's the video. I would have gone GA there. And that would have been my full build. So I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't. Khazix jungle. I really do like him. He's hard, but he's probably the best assassin jungle. And yeah, good luck on the game. Good luck on the climb. And I'll see you guys in the next video.